On-the-scene coverage of AHA 13 is supported by Janssen Pharmaceuticals Incorporated.
I'm Peter Block in Dallas, Texas at the American Heart Association annual meeting, and I'm here for On the Scene. Today, in the clinical trials, warfarin therapy, guided by genetic testing, took a couple of big hits. There are two trials that were presented. The first is called the EU-PACT warfarin study, and the EU-PACT warfarin study was a randomized trial to see whether or not genetic testing made any difference in a number of outcomes. And I'll read you those outcomes. The outcomes are an increase in time in therapeutic range, a decrease in over-anticoagulation, a decreased time to reach INR, a decreased number of adjustments, all for patients that had genetic testing. But the problem is they didn't have enough power to evaluate clinical outcomes in those patients, so we really don't know whether clinically it makes any difference. So to answer that question, there was presented the COAG trial. The COAG trial was a similar trial randomized to see whether or not genetic testing for warfarin dosing made any difference, and they indeed had clinical outcomes. Bottom line here, no difference. They did all the right things, everything seemed to be getting better, less time to therapeutic range, and yet clinically, no difference in outcomes for any hard endpoints. So what does this mean for us taking care of patients who need anticoagulation for atrial fibrillation, for example? It means that all this genetic testing business that we've been waiting for to see whether it really works, and it seems to work and make things easier, but it doesn't change clinical outcomes. For On the Scene, I'm Peter Block.